All right, we are back in Studio K, and I am joined by Linus. What's up, y'all? How you feeling?
Feeling great.
Sweet. I enjoyed your set so much. It was so cool. Before we get started, could I get a name and instrument introduction from everyone?
My name is Pablo, and I play drums.
I'm Henry. I do the guitar and I do vocals.
I'm Will, and I do guitar.
I'm Jack, and I play bass.
Sweet. So, we just heard Laramie, Blue Spike, and Decatur, a couple of which are off of your newest release, Andromeda, which just came out October 31st. Was the Halloween release date intentional?
Yeah.
Did you want it to be a little spooky or just to celebrate the holiday?
Yeah. Yeah, a little evil.
Yeah, a little evil. Okay. And before I ask you anything remotely serious, just out of pure curiosity, in the liner notes, you have a special thanks to the New York System hot dogs.
Yep.
And I'd love to know just kind of why those hold a special place in your heart for you.
When we were on tour last summer, we went to Providence, Rhode Island, and yeah, with Mold, and we went to this hot dog place, and you just have to like go there and witness it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got made fun of.
Yeah, you just get made fun of by the very like New Jersey, New York, Rhode Island guys running it.
Yeah. Sounds like an experience for sure.
Yep.
Okay, and then more about the album. Obviously, it's called Andromeda. That's one of what the track names is. We have Treasure Planet, the cover art as well. There's kind of a space theme in general. Was that something that you tried to intentionally create, or just something that you feel like kind of happened serendipitously?
Not at first, but we got really into hum. So all four of us did, and that's kind of like the vibe they're chasing. So yeah, we chased it also.
Sweet. And did you get to play around with anything cool while you were recording or producing the album? Like things that were different for you or gear that you bought specifically for the recording process?
We messed around with just like a lot of like noise pedals, like Memory Boy. We made a lot of noise with that.
Yeah. We used a lot of cheap guitars.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything like super spectacular or interesting on it. It's kind of more just like making sounds and then making them weird afterwards.
Pablo's dad found a keyboard amp. It's like a PV keyboard amp on the side of the road, right?
It was in like someone was trying to throw it away.
Someone's trying to throw it away, but you can play bass in a keyboard amp. So all my bass tracks are just done on this not very good free keyboard amp, but I think it sounds pretty good on recording. So
Cool.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
And how do you feel like, because this is your first like full-length recording project that you've done, right? Sort of. And so how do you feel like this kind of marks like a development in your sound as you've been able to put out a project that you created holistically, if at all?
Yeah, I mean, we've just been working at it for a minute. I did join the band late. I joined the band like a year and a half into it being a band, but that was like a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
And like some of those songs they had like before I even joined. So it's like just been many years in the work.
I think it helps us like move on to other things, because we released an EP a year and a half ago, and I think like just like sound wise we've just like changed a lot and have like gone heavier, and like it just lets us like move on to more to stuff that we like making more.
It's like I feel like with an album we had to figure out how to make it like fit together more than like an EP or other things we've done, where like you can kind of just finish one song and be like, yeah, it's done. You just put it aside. And like with the album, it's like you finish a song and then you're like, wait, it doesn't sound like the other song. Like we gotta fix it and make it all work.
Yeah, and how does that songwriting process usually go now? Like, do you feel like you've kind of got it down to a science? Is it certain people bringing things to the band and being like, I have this idea, or is it more like you just kind of get together and hang out and jam and go from there?
Henry is like the genius mastermind behind everything, and he'll like bring it to us, and then we kind of just do our thing. But I would say like it's kind of like, I don't know, Henry, you can add on to this, but it's kind of like seasonal, like writing songs and stuff. Like sometimes you just got it, and sometimes you just don't.
You've written stuff on guitar.
Yeah, I've written some stuff, but not very much. And yeah, I would say it's pretty collaborative though. Like when we practice, we all figure it out together.
Yeah, usually I'll write like a melody or a riff, and then I'll show Pablo. It used to be where I would just show Pablo mainly, and then we would kind of write the song together. Like I'd get like maybe 60 to 70% of it done, and then he would fill in. But like recently, like we wrote a song just all together. It just kind of happened, which was interesting. But yeah, it's usually it's like me and Pablo will do most of the writing, and then they'll just like fix it and make it better. Yeah, they'll just like fix the bad stuff. I don't know. Yeah, that's most of it. Yeah. Okay.
Well, and what, like you said, you joined a year and a half into the just the like existence of the band. And so, and you talked a little bit about how you feel like the band progressed after that, but what is kind of the original Linus origin story and the origin of you being added to the group as well?
Well, I started writing music when I was like 13 with my shout out middle school thrash metal, doom metal band Regicidal. Yeah, if you know, you know. I didn't actually ever play a show with them, so because I left before the first show, but that's where we started writing stuff. And then over COVID, or like a little bit before COVID, I got really into shoegaze. Like I got into like My Buddy Valentine. Yeah, womp womp. And then I just would like make demos in my room of just like guitar only shoegaze tracks. It was more like My Buddy Valentine stuff because I didn't know anything. So, yeah. And then me and Pablo, he started playing drums like 5 years ago or 4 years ago, and we started playing together in his parents' basement on like really bad practice amps. And then we had like a show lined up. It was like right when COVID was like dying down a little bit, like 2022, like early 2022 February. We had a show, and like it was just we were just gonna do it both, just me and you, and then Jack just joined because like we went to school with him. Yeah,
I remember both me and Henry like wanted Jack to join, but we convinced ourselves that you didn't want to join. And so we never asked. And then like I remember one day I just asked you and you're like, yeah, duh. And I was like, oh, that was so much easier than I thought.
Yeah, I don't know. We just like we made a lot of really bad music at first. Those who remember that, the Cadence show in March.
I mean, good music.
Yeah, good music, and then it became really bad. But yeah, if you were there at that show, you know what it was like. It was rough.
Yeah, so that your first show was like 2022 February. Yeah. So I joined like a year later in 2023, and because I played a show with them with my other band, and afterwards I was like, do y'all need a fourth guitarist? And they were like, sure. And then I just like pulled up to practice, and then yeah, and then since then, so that was like a year and a half ago, and like I feel like that was really when it started to like shift the sound, it was cool to be able to bring like another aspect to the band, to be able to like shift that and bring more sound and stuff. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool. And also in the liner notes, you have a couple of shout outs to our friends in Mold. And
Shout out.
so I, thought it would be sweet to ask you what you feel like are some of the most special things about, being able to play with your friends here in Minneapolis.
It's really awesome. One of the members of Mold is right here, also in Linus. He's pretty cool. And yeah, it's honestly really cool. Like the scene is really sick. It's like just like, everyone's cool. Everyone's
chill.
Everyone's chill. It's cool just like playing a show and just pulling up and then just seeing like the people you saw last week at the show, and it's like, oh yeah, it's the people that I with.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack.
What was the question?
Just what do you like about Minneapolis, honestly?
Oh, I feel like there's a strong sense of like friendship and supporting your other friends' bands. Like we're all in other bands, and we're in this band, and all our bands always play together, and we tour together, and we just hang out all the time. So, I think it's nice and sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've known a lot of these people since I was like 10, so it's cool seeing them, play a lot of shows. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so now I have some low stakes fun questions for you. So if you had to describe Linus using 3 colors, what would said colors be?
Purple, yellow.
Yeah. Maybe purple, blue, and green.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool colors.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And then the notorious off the record question, so to speak. You get to build a 4-group bill, including yourself. Who are you
Yeah.
including, and why, and where are you playing?
I think I would do Ovlov, and Tagabow, and then us. We play a pillar form. Or maybe at like House in Pain. Rest in peace.
Basement. I would probably do Kalat and Big Laugh and the Aquabats and us, and I would do Madison Square Garden probably.
I would do Linus. I would do Tagabow. I would do Mold, because I love Mold. And Mommy Log Balls at the XL Energy Center.
I was gonna also say Mommy Log Balls, but we're tight like that. Yeah. So I'm gonna do Linus, us, Mommy Log Balls, great local band. Reversal of Man, and Exodus. Was that 5? Do you want me to add another? No, I can't think of one. I think we should play at Red Rocks also. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, these are some crazy venues, aspirational venues, so to speak. All right, before we go, what's next in the world of Linus? Any shows, any cool stuff coming up for you?
We're gonna tour in January with a band from Wyoming called Ampule. And we're going to maybe release something with them. Ooh. And then we're going to tour more in the summer. And we're just going to keep writing music. And perhaps cook up another album.
Perhaps.
Yeah, we're gonna go to California in January and like Arizona. Shout out Arizona, Phoenix, and Flagstaff and Tucson. Yeah,
All
three
the
airs for
cities
some reason.
in Arizona.
And then we're in the summer we're going east with a band, but I don't know if I can say who it is yet. No, it's not. It's really not. I don't know if it's like completely confirmed. Yeah, it's our little secret.
You gotta stay tuned.
And then, yeah, we're going to like Baltimore and like Richmond and Charlotte.
Cool.
Yeah, in Toronto.
Sweet.
Wagwan.
I have nothing to add. That's everything we got coming up.
Yeah, you have a lot. You have a lot on the horizon. It sounds like. All right. Well, thanks so much for coming in. Thanks for chatting. I've had such a blast. This has been Linus here on Off the Record, and you're listening to Radio K, Real College Radio.